Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
Good afternoon and welcome. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium universitates, sorry about that. In concilium universitates Torontoenses vocatis sumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissime concellaria presento tibi hosce scholaris, ut admentantur ad gradus varios, testorque eos quad omnia quae statuta recurrent aptos et idonios esse.
Et profectum hui est provinciae, hui est quam magnae patriae, et profectum omnium nationum, omnibus interis conjunctarum, Ago exacatoritate mihi autoti, universitate commissar, et mitto vos grados varios, Quarum ura bubisto, epito coqua ut omnia confictiatos munera qua et illus gradus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Susan Christofferson, and it is my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as the Dean of the Rotman School of Management. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting our Chancellor, Dr. Rose Patton, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is the use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less fluent in Latin, a translation might be a little helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all things which pertain to these degrees." And so, as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of 2024 from the Rotman School of Management and the School of Graduate Studies. That's it, you're done. Woo! My warmest congratulations. I would also like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, you have successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times. And today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 680,000 alumni in 196 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's highest international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff. But we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me just say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student, and thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest and, I believe, most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. And I would ask you to join me and the platform party in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates will come forward to be recognized individually, stopping here at the X. You will then leave the stage using the ramp and exit out the door around the hall. At that point, you will turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized. In that spirit, I encourage you to think of the very last person to be on stage. I believe it will be Ebtihal Nashnush. Could you please stand, Ebtihal? Woo! So everyone, remember your class read and please return to your seat. Finally, respecting our ongoing commitment to health and safety, we will forgo the traditional handshake, but we promise to applaud enthusiastically as you pass by on the stage. Thank you for your understanding and assistance, and once again, warmest congratulations. Before we continue, I would like to recognize that this is a challenging time for many in our community. We acknowledge the pain and suffering felt by those impacted by the conflict in the Middle East, and yet today's ceremony is a time for celebration and hope. Convocation Hall is a place where our graduates have the opportunity to mark this wonderful milestone with loved ones. With that in mind, I would respectfully ask everyone here today to allow our graduating students to have their moment to cross the stage without disruption or interruption. Thank you. It is now my privilege and honor to introduce today's convocation speaker, Barry McInerney. Mr. McInerney is the former CEO of Mackenzie Investments. He is the founder and CEO of McInerney Consulting Group, an advisory firm specializing in areas of strategy, governance, and leadership. He writes and speaks on the topics of leadership, global investments and capital markets, and demographic and geoeconomic trends. He's a graduate of Rotman's MBA and BCom programs. Mr. McInerney currently serves as the chair of the Dean's Advisory Board at the Rotman School. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Barry McInerney to the podium.
Well, thank you very much for that kind introduction. Chancellor Patton, Dean Christofferson, faculty and staff, family and friends, and our incredible graduates. I stand here so very excited for all of you. 37 years ago, I too sat where you are today as a graduate of Rotman's MBA program. Back then, we attended classes in the cramped quarters of the Faculty and Management Studies building, the corner of Bloor and Bedford Streets. I was 23 years old, and I was ready to conquer the world. Thankfully, my then girlfriend, Rose, stuck around. We've been married for 36 years, and she's here in the audience today. And after 4 children and 8 grandchildren, Rose is still my best friend, and incidentally, she is also the chief editor for my soon-to-be-released book and this speech. So if you don't like what I have to say today, you have to take it out with her, okay, not me. If you don't mind me saying so, a quick shout out to my 93-year-old mother, Margaret, who normally attends these events with Rose and I, but she's not feeling up to it today. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. We are currently living in polarizing times, as Dickens so aptly said many years ago. The good news is that the worst of times provides ample opportunities for all of you to make the best of times even better. Like many, I believe our world is completely upside down. In the past, humanity has experienced wars, pandemics, political discord, social unrest, and endless sufferings that may rival what is happening today. But the world has become more challenging and complex. If we stay on this track, it may get worse before it gets better. Great thinkers like Mark Twain said that history does not repeat, but it often rhymes. While the circumstances of our current times may be more tangled, we must learn from the past in seeking a better future. To this point, we have seen in recent years momentum in one direction on many important social and political fronts. When change and progress doesn't work its way to middle ground, people get entrenched in their own positions and reject other points of view. Where is our healthy debate today? How will we arrive at constructive long-term solutions without ever understanding one another? Make your voice heard. Be vocal. We don't need a silent majority. Time to get back to the kind of discourse you pay good money for at Rotman, one where we listen and learn from each other. Open, respectful conversations are difficult to have these days, but is the foundation of a functional democracy, a society where businesses prosper, innovation thrives, and people matter. I talk about many polarizing issues in my book and outline what we stand to lose if we don't use the past to see a way forward. We actually need periods of disequilibrium to find the new dynamic middle. Nothing is constant, so the pendulum will never be exactly in the center. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, change does not roll in on a wheel of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. I'm preaching to the converted, of course. There are countless business cases where leaders make rash, impulsive decisions with devastating consequences. I'm a believer that pragmatic and adaptive leadership can overcome challenges and obstacles. The relentless power of the human spirit directs a positive path forward when fueled by inspiration, innovation, and a lot of blood, toil, tears, and sweat. This is what great leaders do. Which brings us to you, the graduates. You are the future, and the future is now. Chart a new path forward. Rotman has equipped you with the knowledge and skills to harness your unique and individual strengths, gifts, and insights for this particular time in history. You are ready, and we are all cheering you on. Historians and demographers call the greatest generation as those born between 1901 and 1927. Men and women who fought not for fame or recognition, but because it was the right thing to do. The greatest generation suffered significant and prolonged hardship. The Spanish flu pandemic, the Great Depression, World War II, the Cold War, and threats of nuclear warfare. Some of the greatest leaders of the 20th century came from this generation, including 7 presidents of the United States. I assume the majority of you are millennials. Millennials are the largest living generation in both Canada and the United States. And many experts believe the millennial generation is the next greatest generation 2.0 to lead us through our crisis. I couldn't agree more. Like the greatest generation 1.0, you have already lived through challenging times. The 9/11 tragedy, the Great Recession of 2008-2009, a global pandemic, and now inflation, a slowing economy, and a tough job market. This has collectively strengthened your work ethic and your resolve. You are well educated, obviously, as new Rotman grads. You are smart and savvy, technologically and otherwise. Business opportunities to lead will come from growing civic and community engagement, rooted family values, and a strong moral compass. Like the greatest generation who led us through multiple crises over 80 years ago, your cohort is the perfect age to lead the charge with energy and passion. It is easy to look for shiny objects that promise wealth and privilege. But you are being called to a life of dedication and sacrifice. You will need survival skills and a make-do and a can-do attitude. Your impact on Canada and the world will be tremendous. Picture your influence as a great wave of hope. As a leader, I embrace the duty of my office, ever mindful of the larger ripple effect, good and bad, that came from my decisions and commitment. 30 years in leadership positions took me around the world. From running Canadian and U.S. consulting and asset management businesses to building global offices in Europe, the Middle East, and China, I've experienced the impact that leaders can have. And let me tell you, it's very humbling. There are so many people to emulate. So to that effect, I'd like to share a few lessons of leadership with you, if I may. First, no one is born a great leader. I subscribe to the Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000-hour rule. He says elite performers in any endeavor, including leadership, takes thousands of hours of hard work every day to constantly develop, hone, and expand one's skills. Second, be adaptive. The environment within which we all operate is dynamic and ever-changing. Make smart plans, but No successful leaders pivot quickly. Have the courage to change course, even if it means admitting mistakes. You will have many wins and losses over your career. What matters is how you respond to them. Third, with experience, don't be afraid to trust your intuition in decision-making. Data-driven decisions are good, but can be constraining if you overanalyze. Data is a vital input, but so too is talking to other industry leaders, your clients, and fellow employees for insights that can help you anticipate roadblocks or barriers to success. Fourth, be humble. Humility means listening and asking good questions. Know your people, set an example for your team. Remember, the greatest corporate failures usually come from hubris. Avoid getting caught up in the limelight. It is ever so fleeting. It's a big world out there. Lastly, be yourself. By this, I mean embrace your story. Let people in. Share your values and work on improving your weaknesses. You'll enjoy your work and those who work alongside you. And here's a bonus tip for you. Nice individuals can actually finish first. Yes, it's true. Being patient, gracious, respectful, and kind is such a more successful and enduring leadership style. The mercurial leader who pounds the table and is somehow admired for being tough or even a genius is anything but. Trust me, this wears thin very quickly. And by the way, Albert Einstein and Marie Curie were geniuses, okay? I can't wait to follow your future successes as you embark on your journey. I wish you good health and true joy. And to paraphrase a famous quote, live each day as you would climb a mountain. An occasional glance towards the summit keeps the goal in mind, but many beautiful scenes are to be observed from every new vantage point. So climb slowly, yet purposefully, and enjoy each passing moment. Thank you very much.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from the School of Graduate Studies and the Joseph L. Rotman School of Management who are being admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Junhao Liu. Ying Zheng, Zhoupeng Zhang, candidates from the School of Graduate Studies and the Joseph L. Rotman School of Management who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration. Korea. Shabel Abu Samara. Syed Ahmed Nafisul Abrar. Olarawaju Adbayo. Aditayo Abdul Wajud Adadji. Asidi Agarwal. Akash Agarwal. Vipul Bhagaval. Ibrahim Ajiri. Bikram Aluwalia. Nifi Ahmed, Mayor Ahuja, Esna Akhtar, Michael Alowatubi Akintan, Aditayo Top Akiyanadinu, Hamed Alizmir, Ahmed Al-Nouri, Lisa American, Elias Anthony Amioni Gorchas, Andrea Stacy Asiniaga Silva, Amelia Eileen Ariano Lagreta, Aman Aurora, Prince Aurora, Jose Andres Arroyo Rosales, Maitri Aria, William Ang, Tut Mayano Ang, Jessica Wen K. Ouyang, Adiola Rukiat Ayoade, Rodrigo Azevedo Goth, Bruzas Bala Subramaniam, Anushika Banerjee, David Bao, Anania Barat, Matthew Kirupukaran Bhavani Rajan, Michael Bacht, Peter Ballo, Madeline Sophia Benjamin, Audrey Benmergey, Angeli Berry, Martin Edward Betts, Shrutia Bala, Pevasra Bakskaran, Chetan Bhatia, Anania Bhattacharya, Namarita Bhatti, Vishesh Rajesh Bojani, Madeline Mary Binks, Chanel Lauman Bizram, Anirudh Reddy Boka, Brian Briggs, Joshua Brott, Marina Brunel Santiago, Katacharatri Buasap. Kelly Bazalak. Carlo Amada Busquet. Jingyi Cai. Jennifer Carroll. Miguel Cartwright. Richard Larkin Francois Casey. Andrea Elena Castillo Mendrado. Tyler Kavanaugh. Angeline Sarisano. Venkata Sai Rohit Chala. Timothy Chan. Arvashi Chauhan. Supriya Chola. Si Yin Chen. Francis Coleman Cheng. Tianyi Cheng. Paige Chang. Annie Chipman. Carlo Choi. Michelle Chong. Yelena Joelle Chorney. Chi Liang Cho. Hunter Christensen. Martin Klott. Ezra Cohen. Bronwyn Ann Corlett. Desmond Correa. Ramya Shrishan Kota. Matthew Brian Cox. Shuming Cui. Jason Gregory Da Gama. Marwan Dao. Rohit Das. Anil Dash. Tyler Day. Joao Alberto da Azambuja Javier. Sean Michael Diclou. Gurinder Paul Dami. Alim Ali Khan Danani. Pruthvinas Ralph Dana Punani. Yumeng Du. Andrea Alicia Pauline Dumont. Luke Durst. Hillary Ann Deere. Muhammad Abdikari. Michelle El Jardi. Mustafa Sabah, Shiruk Moklas El Sahi, Robin Elizabeth M. Day, Aditola Adkami Emmanuel, Yuan Azazer, Julia Farsin, Hassan Uz Zaman Faruqi, Ryan James Farrell, Yu Feng, Natasha Santia Fen, Roberto Fleury Howard, Jorge Flores Gaza, Enrique Fernandez Fopoli, Stephen P. Franco, Mary Nashita Gate, Dmitry Gadomsky, Mario Andres Glaza Chow, Giancarlo Glazzi, Hashita Gag, Emiliano Garza Belden, Zara Gorbani, Dabayan Ghosh, Samit Gill, Michael Brian Glendon, Renan Francisco Gomez Varanda, Marina Tingyue Gong, Yifan Gong, Camelo Andres Gonzalez Barrero, Kyle Graham, Marco J. Greco, Bradley Greenland, Christian Guana, David Ray Xiang Guo, Yiping Guo, Arshi Gupta, Sanjana Gupta, Ganesh Kaushik Gurumurthy, Nicole Nadia Hammond, James Han, Xiao Han, Yu Guang Han, Muhammad Rafiul Haq Shaheen, Emily Harris, Ina Hassani, Kivan Hidani, Taylor L.W. Hillier, Ruchi Rajkumar Harawat, Giorgio Holmesy, Jiayi Hou, Chaoqiao Huang, Jing Huang, Zexu Huang, Asif Hussein, Andrew Michael Huste, Muhammad Ibad Rahman, Obianuju Ikabokwe, Amanda Juliano, Sarah Mariam Jacob, Bhavish Dadav, Akhil Jadav, Sharan Jaideep, Garima Jain, Isham Jain, Ria Jain, Sophia Horegi Calderon, Sveba Shahir Javid, Pallavi Jias, Ru Jia, Miao Jiang, Brian Joblin, Nilima Zhang, Alexander Yovanovich, Shamili Kabir, Said Tauha Kadri, Yue Wei Kang, Kalpish Kankaria, Nishita Kapoor, Sharam Karimi, Elizabeth Rose Kalinsky, Olga Kashkarova, Madhav Katal, Matthew Kumayer, Apurva Kaushik, Gloria Sofia Karahara Yoshida, Puru Kavatra, Mega Kayo, Tasvir Ahmed Khan, Nafis Abra Kadakar, Keshav Sunal Karangati, Kimia Koi, Roxana Kurasmahashi Bayat. Tamara Kajuk. Ashley S. King. Lyuboslava Bujadarova Kirilaro. Ryan Knapp. Enko Koseku. Bopa Kok. Varun Kola Venkatachalam. Petro Richard Kostiv. Kiana Kuchakan. Deepika Krishnasamy Ganesan. Pavan Kumar Kulkarni. Pranav Kumar. Abdash Kumar. Vandit Kumar. Jillian Kongza. Arina Kopetaska. Alberto Kusuma Ogata. Christy Wen K. Kwan. Giovanni La Foggia. Katarzyna Lam. Castle Metal Lam. Bridget Catherine Elizabeth Lane. Cesar Augusto Lasana Pitot. Jennifer Lee. Richard Lagaspi. Derek Liang. Liang Aaron Lewis. Junfeng Li. Ruhan Li. Tingyan Li. Xiaobin Li. Yifan Liao. Florence Labersky. Salvatore Listo. Michelle Mei Lin. Xiongjie J. Lin. Pablo Lira. Aiden Little. Qianliang Liu. Runtian Liu. Fernanda Wilzel Lorenzo. Michaela Loza. Andy Lu. Huangdi Luo. 乐云罗。 云 Jessie 罗，何祖马，天歌马，小东马，光 Jade Madan， Maxwell Obina Maduka， Ashish Mahajan， Apit Pramod Maheshwari， Ivan Makushenko， Esther Malik， Jacopo Marconi， Tusha Martha， Simone Mori， Shambhavi Marotra， Miguel Jose Mendes， Saskariti Yusuf Merchant， Rodrigo Misli Rodriguez， Anurag Mittal， Alex Miyashiro， Patrick Money， Palmvir Sen Monday， Simon Adrian Murray， Natasha Tony Mitanovich， Pooja Nair， Ramin Namwar， Saeed Ruhil Naqvi， Carolyn Naismith， Lam Liang Huang Nguyen， T. Huân Kun Nguyen， Chuan An Nguyen， Nishta， Adriana Karina Caroline Aline Noble, Andrei Murunov, and Margaret Ocampo. Comfort Ode, Kizito Odonze, Antonia Ifonania Okeke, Richard Chakunuwanso Okolo, Obam Odira Okanku, Emmanuel Olawue, Taiwu Olukuya, Chinasa Onwuka Kalu, Kira Ann Orak, Margarita Ostapchak, Julio Andrea Paxi, Marina Yolanda Delot Pardo Estela, Shimoni Parekh, Jennifer Elizabeth Passon, Arshav Patel, Dragutin Paknovich, Inet Posey, Supapat Patalakung, Min Duc Pham, Georgia Pocelli, Jiu Gong Qin, Muhammad Omar Farouk Qureshi, Prasan Raghavan, Sabrina Rahman, Abdul Fatah Conley Raji, Bajwa Gufran Ramadan, George Ramirez, Janvi Rathi, Tejachapong Rata Nanaking, Wen Ren, Ria Novo, Diego Ricci, Richie Jessidas, Isabella Robos Castro, Nura Ada Roshan, Maliha Hussein Sadia, Bradley Harris Sidoff, Shakira Salim, Jefferson Sanchez Bringas, Ashwarya Sanjeev Sapru, Charlie Brian Saddam, Sian Satya Silan, Amanda Sears, Brandon Jackson Scott, Madeline Rose Secco, Sean Secord, Saima Farouk Sear, Luis Gonzalo Ferreira Silva Violet, Sivaragavi Sakrapillai Anila, Inga Vanya Sambaring, Sanjana Singh, Adesh Shriyas Shah, Shabdit Shah, Sheikh Muhammad Khaja, Rohini Sharma, Shlaga Sharma, Siqi Shen, Ashwini Shetty, Jinghang Shen, Jasdeep Singh Shoka, Karen Simonetti, Juv Singh, Mandeep Singh, Naina Sitara Singh, Pranjali Singhal, Mandy Mansu, Justin Alexander Smith, Yotonde Sowu, Fashid Sultanvis, Yu Qiao Song, Halsey Sood, Cassia Nicole Sukuwu, Alvaro Jose Soriana Castillo, Catherine Lee Nancy Sublier, Sridini Sridhar, Arinud Srinivasan, Satish Suras, Ankita Suresh, Anthony Sutton, Harika Talanki, Song Mo Bill Tan, Siddharth Tata, Ashita Tavkar, Sialtuan Na Nagara Southwarn, Sunny Sakro, Zhiquan Tian, Tumilara Tajani, Amolia Town, Barisha Tauhid, Han Xuan Big Chuan, Tony Chuang, Ralph Longfeng Sang, Shenting Dong, Lilia Tendik, Corina Sajatbai Wawe, Tanya Lucy Gladys Vegas, Aaron Velchi, Sridini Vaktasan, Amber Verma, Tina Vigi, Sandra Biasena Bravo, Miguel Angel Vero Piron, Heidi Wagner, Chao Chi Wang, Jingxin Wang, Li Ming Wang, Xinyuan Wang, Yiming Wang, Mikhail Warich, Kyle Allen Walton, Hillary Webster, Mendel Solomon Weisbrod, Michelle Ruth Wiesel, Jingzi Wen, Edgar Claudio Wenzel, Jamie Wilcock, Melissa Rain Williams, Sean Martin Wachik, Donghai Wu, Daran Xu, Jinhua Yan, Kaizhi Yang, Yuexin Yang, Eric S. Yao, Jiaqian Yao, Kochun Yin, Chen Yue Yu, Guangzhou Rocky Yu, Yue Yu, Enrique Zamano Gutierrez, Yifan Zhang, Cong Zhao, Han Zhao, Jasmine Zhao, Eric Zekai Zheng, Matthew Zhou, Yigang Zhou, Yufei Zhou, Yuhong Zhu, Zhechen Zhu, candidates from the School of Graduate Studies and the Joseph L. Rotman School of Management who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Finance. Ishtiaq Ahmed, Kan Chen, Lu Chen, Takawada Chitsa, Eric Kongche Chuang, Parker Hao Fu, Juncheng Geng, Harsh Rajesh Gandalia, Li Kun Huang, David J. Jensen, 岳江 Prashant Kumar, Siu Lam, Salvatore Longo, 毕加路 维罗 Tarero and Loaf, Azande and Tanzi and Loaf, Hamaza Obaid, Yi Xian Pei, William Qian, Yu Qiao, Tushar Sharma, Zhang Yuan Shen, Simaprit Singh, Shruti Sood, Shoukun Sun, Xia Wang, 小月徐，司红颜，星辰珠，candidate from the School of Graduate Studies and the Joseph L. Rotman School of Management, who is being admitted to the degree of Master of Management Analytics. Abtahel Nashnoush.
Okay. On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude convocation, I wish to thank all of you for your participation and patience. To the families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Chancellor Rose Patton for presiding over today's ceremony. And I wish to thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation, whose names you will find in the program. I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, which is your special day, I hope we will see you often in the years to come. I invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journeys, and we know you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dimissum est. you.